Well, today is going to be an equipment service day today. Went and got some pipe this morning for a project I got to do. Brought the Yanmar home, got the oil filters and fuel filters for it. It needs its 500-hour service done on it, and the skid steer needs some much needed teeth sharpening. So we'll get in here with the grinder and get all these knives sharpened up. Next project I'm gonna use that on for, there's a lot of hardwood trees and it's gonna need all the help it can get on some of those bigger ones. So we'll get a nice edge put on those, but we're gonna go ahead and start draining the oil out of the Mini and probably go grab some lunch while that drains out. Let's see if I can do this without getting completely covered in oil before lunch. This thing's got like a mile-long drain plug on it. Fine thread. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna say it was about time. It was due. All right, we'll let that drain during lunch. And all right, got the oil drained out of here over lunch. I'm gonna go ahead and take the oil filter off and figure out how, I think that just unscrews right there. It looks like a filter in there, and then the other fuel filter, and then fill the oil filters right there. Robert is sharpening all the knives on the mulcher while I work on that. I think there's only 47 of them. The floppy disk actually works pretty good. Better than the hard one I was using last time. All right, let's change the oil. Well, it's working. Never changed this before. It's soaking in diesel fuel is what it's doing. I think it would be better off just to let the pigment soak it up. Let's not lose that. So this is the water separator. And I assume we just unscrew that right there. I feel like this is probably too, no, it might work. No, just too, no, just right. Hey. For once something has gone right. Wherever it may be over there. That really dumped oil all over my, or fuel all over my legs. Let's make sure we got the right one. Might need another pig mat. Here, you open that. You don't have diesel soaked hands. In case we gotta take it back. That looks like the right one. Yeah. We got another O-ring in there or not? No. Alright, we're reusing this O-ring then. It looks good. It looks good. It does not feel right. Let's get this fuel soaked mess out of the way. There we go. It's got these little fuel lines. All in the way. feel like that's probably tight enough. We're definitely going to need to defuel the counterweight here. I'm going to leave that a little bit loose so when we prime the system, it should purge out. Let's see. Is it going to fit in there? Yep. Oof. These little mini excavators, you don't have a lot of room to work. I don't know what that is, but I just moved it. We'll have to push the clamp back on. I just pushed the clamp off of it. I'm creating more work over here. We might need another. We might need another mat. We're going to have to get that little clamp back on there. Joy. Always something. I mean, you literally have like a 3/16 of an inch in there. Alright, let's see if we can get that hose clamp put back on there. I'm going to use a screwdriver and pry it back over. Alright, we got oil back in here. Let's prime everything up and see if it'll start up.
Oh, we're leaking.
What?
We're leaking.
Fuel filters almost full. We're jamming out too. Can't get the radio turned off. My oily hands. Let's see. Do. Get all the air out. See if I can get the radio on that. You turn the camera off. We might need another wiper. Oh, we got all the wipers now. What happened? Oh well, we got 10. We're just gonna call this one good enough by hand. I heard a little fuel pump just to go in. Well, we have big mats. You ready now? You ready? You still shouldn't. I mean, fuel should come out of there, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's just got to fill all that up. All right, should be primed. Let's see what happens. It's always a good sign when it starts up. Well, I got the excavator in the shelter here. I'm gonna go ahead and change the final drive oil for for this machine, it's due. So I need to get a rag. We'll let that sit there and drain out. And I got my pump right here on the bucket to fill it back up. Oh, that smells lovely. Some nasty gear oil. All right, we'll let that drain. I'll probably pump a little bit in there to flush it out and go do the other side. We got a little bit of color in there. That's not exactly great, but it is the first time I've changed this, so not completely uncommon. All right, let's let that drain out, fill it back up. All right, drive motor is full. Let's go do the other side. How you doing? Let's drain this side. Oh boy. I had to grab it that way, didn't I? This one looks a little cleaner. Let that drain. I'm gonna pump a little bit through there and flush it out. Oh, there we go. Now we got a little bit of, which is completely common. As long as you don't have chunks. Chunks start getting expensive. I do like your little tray you made me. That was right nice. Looking out for me. Since we were given a, well, not given, but a highly discounted, I don't know why I'm putting it in that one, 55-gallon drum of gear oil, I'm not afraid to waste it a bit. Flush everything out. Yeah, that's not making me feel it, that's making me level checker. So, no more oil than these things hold. It's smart to. I always normally change them every oil change, which is the machine's got a little over 400 hours on it, and I did the initial service on it. But I probably should have did the initial service on that, but I didn't. So, all right, we'll let that drain and then fill it back up. All right, let's fill it back up. Taking a video. Talking to myself. You do that too much. I'm used to being by myself, so I don't really, nobody asks me what. You're supposed to be grinding over there so you can't hear me. It's full. A little extra never hurt anyone. Got the old backhoe out, little baby calf. He's about 3 weeks old now. We'll take the backhoe and move this pile of manure. I'm gonna dump it over the fence and end up spreading it out back there and tilling it into the ground to get the grass to grow better. I'm gonna move the cows here in a minute. Now, you don't have to have 4-wheel drive, but it does help. I was like, this thing should dig better than this. What I'll have to do, unfortunately, it does have some random strings mixed in with it. I'll have to rake it out and then go through and pick all the strings out of the poo. It happens. So I'm gonna run down here, and I probably got 6 or 7 more scoops to throw over the fence. Why is Elvis back here? He's being silly. And I'm gonna move those cows up front to greener pastures. I've turned them loose back here, and they have ate this down. I kind of kept them back here to overeat it. That way, well, I know the reason why. We were in 4th gear. That's why I don't dig too good. So yeah, I'm going to take and spread all this out back here, till it in, and plant some new grass over top of it, probably some millet, and it'll be ready this summer for them to eat. Scoop the poop. It scoops a lot better in 2nd gear versus 4th. Look at all that black gold. So I take and I drag all the manure over this field a couple times, or every other month or whatever it takes. And I just kind of rotate the cows throughout the farm. This winter they all stayed right here, so it got kind of beat down pretty good. But I'd rather them tear up one area versus the whole entire farm. Where'd that big hole go? Right there. So I can let them finish eating back here in the back, and then I can separate that off, and that'll give the time for all this to grow up and have some more pasture. By then, because I'll go ahead and turn them out around the buildings. They do a great job weed whacking around all my crap. I literally just turn the cows loose and let them eat everything they want to. And other than some cow patties out there in my gravel, it's really not a problem. And after a few rains, that's gone anyway, so. No need to mow grass when you got moo-moos. That is not going to stay there. Boy, I missed the whole bundle of strings there. This winter, when it's just liquid mud and crap, it's hard to get all the strings cut. Sometimes you just got to throw a bale in there and pull out whatever you can get. I'm going to finish moving all this over here, and probably tomorrow come in here with the skid steer, scoop up all my other piles, and use that to spread out over all of this, and get all those strings off the fence so it doesn't ground it out. Let's go spread out some cow poop. So I threw all that over the fence yesterday with the backhoe, and I've got probably 2 or 3 years worth over there piled up. Most of that's already rotted down. This is still pretty fresh. I'm gonna kind of skim it out and then mix all that over there in with it. Bring the tractor and the tiller over here, till it all in, and plant a little bit of new pasture in top of it. Maybe it'll grow. This back here, all this dirt is from the pond I built up front like 10 years ago. No, probably about 7 or 8 now. And it never really grew a whole lot. So I'm gonna add a little manure to it, See if I can't get it to grow a little bit better. Mainly right in here. That over there is not too bad, but I've spread a lot of dirt right here and it doesn't really seem to grow a whole lot. Well, I was able to get all that spread out. I had that one pile I threw over the fence, another one that I did last week, and then 2 more piles over here from the past few years that had rotted down really good there, and that was some very good stuff there. But still got some strings in there. I was gonna kind of till all this in and go ahead and plant it, but I'm actually gonna let it sit out for a little bit and dry out. It's just so wet and gooey that it's decomposed enough it doesn't stink. I mean, I don't smell anything at all. But from sitting in that pile, it's all nice and wet. And I gotta go out here and pull all these strings out. And what I wanna do is be able to take the skid steer rake through it like that, get majority of them out, then pick out whatever's left. But had an old pile of mulch over there from like 6 or 7 years ago, spread it out. And yeah, I'll let this dry out a little bit, then I can finish blending it into the field, and it should be kind of nice to see the changes it makes to this dirt right here. So I've given it a week for this stuff to dry out, and it is doing moo-moos, drying out pretty well here. I'm gonna run through here. There's still a few strings I need to pick out, and then I'm gonna take the skid steer with the tooth buck and kind of rake through it again. I did come over here yesterday just to try it with the tiller on the tractor, and it worked really good, kind of mixing all this in with the dirt below it. But I also realized that I missed a few strings, and then I spent 5 minutes cutting all the strings out from under the tiller there. So I want to spend a few minutes, walk out here and pick up any that I missed. And like right here, you know, you just got to grab them, pull it out, and go throw it over here in the trash pile. And then I'll rake through it again and come back and grab the ones I missed. But there's definitely a lot more down here. All the strings. Gotta love strings. Definitely don't like strings wrapped around a tiller. All right, let me pick these out. I'll rake through it and do it again. Well, you can't say that I didn't pick any strings up, because I've got piles of them. This is almost not worth the effort. Oh gracious. So I've raked through that twice, picked through it twice. I'm sure there's still some hidden in there, but I'm gonna go over there, grab the tractor and the tiller, start working my way down the hill, getting all this manure mixed in to the subsoil here, or I guess the topsoil dirt, whatever you want to call it, the dirt below it. Let's do some tilling. A little dusty. mixing it all in. Rock. Turn around, go back the other way. Well, I'm on the home stretch now, getting all this tilled in. Yes, I am aware that's missing the locking pin. So what I'll probably do, I wish I had the ruckus rake here at the house. I'd run over it with the skid steer, rake it out a little bit smoother, and I may just wait until then because there's no rain in the upcoming forecast. A little rocky. Well, that's going to be a wrap for this. All that looks like that mixed in there pretty good. A few strings in the tiller here, not too bad. I'd probably cut those and pull them out. If it does work out, I'm going to bring the ruckus rake home, run over that, and kind of flatten it off a little bit better. And then I do have a job down the road. When I do finish burning, I've got to plant grass seed, so I'll probably drill the grass seed in here, and I can drive the tractor there. So I'll probably just wait till then. So hopefully I can get this raked out before then. If not, I'm gonna plant it just like it is, and it'll be interesting to see how much better this section of the field does.